There's literally someone in the car sitting across from me, but I don't care because I'm just gonna start doing me. Is Tuesday, May 9th. This will be playing while I'm on my cruise, so I'll probably be drunk on tequila right now while you guys are trying to better your fitness journey. But in all seriousness, this is going to be a leg workout. The videos are going to be this leg workout, a sit down video, an upper body workout, another sit down video, and then I'll be back. So this is just going to be a leg workout, gonna take you through it, and then I'll be in the corner somewhere over here explaining it and explaining why I'm doing certain things and how to do it. Informative. Yeah, go team. So started out before I recorded anything and stretched and did some movement, some mobility stuff. I didn't record that because I can put that in a whole nother video if you want it. But it is important to warm up. It's important to stretch. It's important to get your muscles warm. It's just important. So just do it. All right. So then I did 2 primer exercises. And a primer exercise can be for multiple things. It can be to warm up more, and it can also be to help. It can help with that mind-muscle connection. So I talk about the mind-muscle connection a lot, but it's uber important. So being able to engage the muscles you're about to work in your workout, that's why sometimes before you see people do hip thrusts or anything glute activation, you see them stand there and try and activate their glutes because you want to get your mind used to what you're about to do. So I will talk more about leg extension and leg curls when it gets to it because I do those later in the workout. High foot placement leg press, and I did 4 sets of 12. The whole workout will be in the description box below, but what you want to do is to put your feet high and wide because it's high placement foot, and you want to get where you can create tension in your hamstrings. So even though a leg press is going to engage some of your quads, you want to get, the point of this is for your hamstrings. So the point of this workout in general is for my hamstrings and glutes because me and multiple other people are quad dominant. And although I still work my quads, like you'll see later in this workout, it is important for me to engage and work my hamstrings and glutes. So you want to get your foot placement up there, create tension through your heels, point your toes slightly outward, and go ahead and do it. Another thing with the leg press is you want to make sure your back is completely against it. You don't want to arch your back. You don't want to be doing anything like that. So what I try to think about is getting my belly button to my spine so my lower back feels supported and I don't feel any like wonkiness, and push through my heels and feel that stretch all through my hamstrings. Now it's also important to make sure you don't completely lock out, especially if you're double jointed at the top, not only for tension sakes, but you can really like mess up your knees. I've definitely done it before and had a wonky knee for a few weeks. You just want to keep your joints soft and not like push them too hard. Moved on to dumbbell stiff leg deadlifts. Now these are a game changer. I don't particularly love them because I feel like they take forever to do, but they are a great thing. If you can get efficient at dumbbell stiff leg deadlifts, dumbbell or barbell, if you can get efficient at stiff leg deadlifts, also known as Romanian deadlifts, I can tell you that your legs will make gains. My coach has even said that. So what you want to do is you want to stand and you want to contract your glutes. Get where your glutes need to be. Keep your core tight, retract your scapula. And the point of this is you're not trying to go all the way to your feet. You're trying to go where you can feel it being moved in your glutes and hamstrings. And for everyone, that's going to be a little bit different, but you want to keep a flat back. So by retracting your scapula, you're not just like pushing your arms forward. You're keeping your back and body core tight. And then you will go down, you'll initiate the movement, and you want to focus on driving your hips backwards. A lot of people just try to get from they're holding the weight and it's like the weight is on their mid-thigh and they just want the weight to be on the ground. Really focus on pushing your hips backward and feeling that in your hamstrings and in your glutes. So again, you want to drive your hips backward, maintain tension in your glutes and hamstrings, and do not round your lower back or your shoulders, and you'll be prime time. And that was for 4 sets of 8. The next is back hyperextensions with a glute focus. Now these might look a little weird if you've never seen them before, or if you think this machine slash doohickey is only for back extension. You can also use it to focus on your glutes. I did it for 3 sets of 12. You want to focus on driving your hips into the mat, and you want to focus on squeezing your glutes. So what I do in this is when I go all the way down, I get the first initiation in my glutes. I don't just raise my back up. I feel the squeezing in my glutes, and then I start to rise. You want to drive your hips into the pad, and you want to squeeze at the top. Another thing that helps me is kind of keeping my back rounded so that I'm not doing like some hyperextension thing for my back. I'm trying to focus on my glutes. So keeping low rounded, I'm holding a plate here, and go up until you feel the squeeze in your glutes, and hold that for like 3 seconds, and then go back down. So just a different way to use a piece of equipment, and you'll really feel it in your glutes. It's similar things that I would say that you could like put in place of that would be hip thrust or like a rope pull through. Those again are going to be with your glutes and going to try to be focusing the whole movement on your glutes. Okay, next I went on to a superset with leg extension and seated hamstring curls. Now I do prefer a lying hamstring curl, but this was a superset, so I was gonna do it. And it was 4 sets. And for the leg extension, I did sets of 10. And for the leg curl, I did sets of 12. And for leg extension, so with leg extensions, it is so important to lock yourself in. With leg extension and leg curl seated, you do not want your glutes moving, or you don't want your, like, the back half of your body coming off of the mat. You want to be in that seat. And if you're coming off the mat, so like if I'm doing leg extension and my, like every set, and my hips are moving forward and then I'm moving all over the place, nah, just nah. So you want to lock yourself into the seat with your arms, like retract your scapula, like hold yourself in, and work on making sure you're getting your quads involved, and do not move from the seat. And then when you're looking at leg curls, you want to again push yourself into the pad, and then keep your glutes and your hips in the same position, and you do not want it to move through the movement. Like, you want to keep your glutes down. You're not trying to work that, you're trying to work your hamstrings. A lot of people say they can't feel the seated leg curl, and I honestly think it's the position in which you're putting in, and the fact that you're bringing your glutes off of the pad anytime you go down or up. So you want to keep your glutes and hips in the same position. You want to lean, figure it out for yourself, but for me, if I lean a little bit forward, then I feel like I can, when my legs extended, I can get the stretch all the way through it and bring down and squeeze your glutes on both the hamstring curl and the leg extension. Squeeze your glutes so they can't move. They're not going to be lifting off of the mat if you're squeezing them. If you squeeze them and really work on working your hamstrings or your quads, you will feel it real good. And lastly, I didn't record this, but I ended with seated calf raise and leg press calf raises. And I did the seated ones for 8 and the leg press ones for 12. I did those for 4 sets, and that wraps up the workout. I also, after my workout, I did cardio. And if you didn't watch my video from 2 videos about, it's just called cardio. Talks a little bit about cardio, but I did low intensity steady state, which is LISS. I did 20 minutes, and what Nick has me do, my coach, for LISS is doing it on an incline of 12 to 15, so pretty steep, and then the speed at 3 to 4. And that might not sound like a lot, but it should be a very brisk walk. I definitely sweat and get out of breath, and then make sure your hands are not holding onto the machine. You should just have them swinging by your sides. And then after that, I did some sprints just because I wanted to feel alive, you know. And then I went and did some posing, and I will include that somewhere. And I just practiced my posing, and even though I'm not in prep, and I don't like need to be posing, you should constantly be practicing to better yourself. All right, these are studio headphones. The link is in my description box below. Use SU15 for a discount. I actually am obsessed with them. I do also have, if you don't want to buy these, there's a link for my Amazon store, which have like the in-ear wireless headphones. Those are $30 on Amazon. I am wearing this shirt I got from Forever 21 yesterday because I have no control when it comes to money. And my protein sports bra from the Seamless range. I am wearing Lululemon Align leggings because they're the best leggings in the whole entire world, and I love them more than anything. And I'm also, during cardio, going to, or while I warm up, do it for the cereal IFM apparel. And also when I do my cardio afterwards, I'm gonna switch to my new kicks instead of the Converse I have on now, just because they sometimes hurt my feet. KK, peace out, bye, see you on the inside.